So we come to the third stanza, and we're back to the gossip again. They name thee before me. Well, they name thee, they, again we have to keep asking this question of who these people are, and I think we have to assume that this is their high society, the people that they were socialising with, and they named thee. I don't think this idea of naming her before him is a good thing. I think it's a way of saying that they're gossiping about her, they're calling her out, they're slagging her off, they're gossiping. Oh, that, what do you call it, she's been doing this again, and he's in earshot and he's hearing this. So it's not a comfortable feeling for him because he really knows the true story. We move on to a knell to mine ear. So he describes intimately here what that feeling of hearing that gossip is like to him. When he hears it, it is like a knell. Well, a knell is a very specific word. It means a bell that is rung to notify death or disaster. If you have a funeral, the church will ring a knell, so the bell will dum, 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 and you hear that and you know that something not brilliant's happened. There's either been a death or there's a disaster happened. So he's suggesting here that and he's hearing all of this gossip about what might have been going on. It's not a good thing that he's hearing. A shudder comes over me. A shudder. You look that word up again, and it means revulsion. Oops. Well, we've got a real turn here. Up until this point, it's been hard to really pinpoint his feelings for this person that he's broken up from. We get the fact that he's upset about it and he's, it's not settled well with him and it's still on his mind, but it hasn't until this point really told us how he feels about it. Is he angry about it? Is he sad about it? Is he mourning for it? But here we suddenly have this word shudder, and it means revulsion. To shudder, it's not great. A shudder comes over me. Why wert thou so dear? And this is a line in the poem that many people agonise over and try to work the meaning out of. And they're really looking at these options. Is he saying dear as in I loved you and I still do? Why wert thou so dear to me? Why have I carried on these deep feelings of love for you even though we've broken up? Why were you so precious to me that I can't forget you? Or why wert thou so dear? I loved you so much then, but I realise now how stupid that was because everything else that's ever happened has told me that you were not worth it. So, which of those do you think is the right answer? They know not I knew thee. So here again we have confirmation. If we go back up to the first verse and can we go up there to the first verse? I don't know. Oh no. Not easily, apparently. We go back to the first verse and we talk about in silence and tears. So here we have a confirmation. They know not I knew thee. So here we have, it was secret. They don't know about this relationship between the pair of us. Who knew thee too well? Well, to know somebody too well, we can only assume what these two got up to. But clearly he knew her very well. Now, again, we have to remind ourselves about the context of the poem. It may well be the case when he writes this line that he's talking about the fact that he just spent time with this single, or we don't know if she was single, she may have been married, but he spent time with this woman, unchaperoned perhaps. That indeed would have been high scandal. Women, if they were single, would have been chaperoned by sisters or aunts or nursemaids or companions. It would not have been good form for a single woman to have been left unaccompanied in the presence of a single male. So perhaps that's what he's alluding to, that he did sneak time on his own with this woman. Now, whether they got up to anything more than just talking, or it went any further than that, well, we'll leave that to your imagination. And then we come to the end of this stanza. Long shall I rue thee, too deeply to tell. And again, remembering this idea that poets are very specific in their language, very specific in the way that they choose to use their language. So here we go. Byron has used the word long. So he's emphasising his feeling here. Oh dear. Let's see if I can do what's happening here. But I don't seem to be able to move up. Okay. Long shall I rue thee. Rue, when you look the word rue up, bitterly regret. So here we have a little bit more of a clue, perhaps, to his feelings about the whole situation. He's regretting, perhaps, everything that's happened in his past relationship. Too deeply to tell. But even though he regrets it, it's hurt him. It's hurt him so much he can't even talk about it. So, yeah, he's coming to some realisations in this stanza, definitely.